Hello there, my Capricorn Collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Capricorn. Let's do a singles read. 8 of Wands, that's the message. So, what do you got going on here, Capricorns? Those of you, hopefully you're happily single. Put you on a good vibe if you are dating. Optimism when it comes to dating as well. Beautiful Wheel of Fortune energy. Oh, nothing overwhelming. So you notice a little stream energy there, but it's just a nice meandering stream. So a very balanced, very beautifully focused energy. Those of you, especially if you're coming from maybe not so positive dating vibes, you still need to have the optimism, right? There's the Ten of Swords. Oh, there's those of you that are just, you're happy in whatever vibe you're in here. Some of you are tired of the manipulation energy as well. So maybe some of you are off the dating app. Some of you are focusing on things a little differently. There's almost a little bit more of an organic vibe with this. So maybe you're going to be trying to date old school. Tired of the manipulation vibes though. I feel like there needs to be a contentment when it comes to you. So there is, you need to have optimism if you are dating. And you need to not be so overwhelmed. Some of you are not so thirsty, so you're able to make smart choices. There's the Six of Cups. Taking your time with something as well. This is like building a good foundational energy here. A nice organicness. There's the Four of Cups. So someone don't like the fact that you're single. Someone definitely could feel like they missed out on an opportunity with you, but at the same time, what's that vibe? Where's the optimism with you, singles? Some of you mindful with the sort of external vibes here. It's almost like a back to the basics types energy with you. So getting rid of some of you, a lot of the externals that you don't need. Some of you just old school dating again. There's the Libra vibes. Oh, there's a Temperance angel. That's like speaks on the optimism. So you're able to fill your own cup. It's kind of the vibe of not being so emotionally, what's the word? Thirsty for that relationship or partnership or to feel that sort of completeness that you're not able to find that within yourself. So some of you mindfulness so you don't get taken advantage of here. So ghosting, catfishing, gaslighting, all those sort of keywords there should not overwhelm you, and you're able to kind of focus on the red flags. Definitely a focus on optimism if you're dating, so that way you're not like easily overwhelmed. Some of you, a lot of choices, a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, but not everyone is going to be like the right one. So some of you understanding what it is that you're looking for with regard to a relationship or partnership. What sort of vibes are you bringing into it? There's the Five of Wands. There's the Seven of Cups. Yeah, mindfulness. Everyone's got choices. Everyone's got options. Everyone's got opportunities. But what's your approach when it comes to that? So is it emotional connection you're looking for or just a sort of passionate vibe? So this is kind of just a seriousness. How you're looking at things. There's the Chariot energy. Some of you, that's that old school vibe. That always feels like Shakespeare or any of the greats, the classics. Those of you looking for your Mr. Darcy. And there's the Ten of Pentacles. That's that optimism. That is that optimism. A relationship or partnership based on like positive vibes. A lot of abundant energy, but with the Pentacle energy there, it's not just based on emotions. This is like good working relationships or partnerships as well. So, ooh, Capricorn singles. This is almost feeling like a general vibe, Capricorn. So, damn, I like that for you. Over top of all this is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the Three of Swords. Oh. Those of you mindfulness with the passionate connections. So you want a good emotional sort of relationship or partnership. You want something you can kind of build and grow on. Someone who's emotionally available, someone who's even like in the vibe of that, someone that kind of shares your same sort of beliefs as well. The overly passionate, those of you, if you take a little vow of celibacy or whatever that vibe is, it really does make a difference. Understanding your value and worth as well. This is genderless, right? So, I mean, guys, you can get taken advantage of just as well. It's the difference between don't be a tool. Don't be a tool, right? Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups vibe. What is it that you're really looking for? And taking your time. Those of you building on past successes or past failures with regard to relationships or partnerships. There's the Hierophant. That feels like that overly dominant energy. There's the Nine of Wands. Some of y'all could be dealing with a Libra who's a little stuck or stagnant. Some of y'all, there could be a Taurus energy here in the Four of Cups. The Leo vibes over the Sagittarius energy. We're going to go ahead and put Gemini on that too. So, Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini. There's the Ace of Swords. It's all a matter of perspective. Ten of Cups. Friendship first. Some of y'all a little vow of celibacy just to sort of make things work. Understanding something here. So, androgyny, those of you, if you're not really focused on dating per se, maybe it's better relationships or partnerships. Some of y'all could be focusing on more of your spirituality. Some of y'all with the Ten of Cups vibe there, this is like seriousness with regard to what you expect from a relationship or partnership. So, the ring on the finger, right? The Five of Swords, there with the Ace of Wands. Knight of Swords to the Knight of Wands. Avoiding the player energy. Avoiding the player energy. Avoiding the player energy. There's almost like a prudishness that makes the difference. Maybe that's what makes you stand out. Who's reading like the classic romance novels? This feels like a lot of classic energy. Maybe some of y'all are kind of expecting more of that. Where it's good conversation, it's a good sort of getting to know somebody before it turns into something just overly passionate. Far different than what most relationships or partnerships start out with nowadays. So, Capricorn singles. This feels like a general vibe. So this is like focusing on the codependency, especially with regard to relationships or partnerships. Because this Sagittarius, Leo, and Gemini vibe right here. That's like some beautiful energy that can be positive, but at the same time, it can also kind of stay stuck or stagnant. A lot of mindfulness energy here. So, damn Capricorns. Ten of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. That's like really focusing on choosing the right partner instead of just in and out of relationships or partnerships. Far less passion-based as well. So there's some prudishness to this. Oh, I like that. Who's reading the classics? This is like the classic romance novels. Some of y'all could be rethinking the whole sort of marriage thing as well with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. What that really looks like for you. Is that even what you're interested in? Two of Wands there with the Four of Wands. That feels like Pink's Family Portrait. The song Family Portrait. Taking your time with some... Oh, look at that. Virgo, Pisces, the Three of Cups, the Three of Wands, trusting your instincts and your intuition. So I guess the fortune teller's right. I should have seen what was there, not some holy light. So Natalie Imbruglia's Torn. Ooh. Where's the optimism dating? Where's the optimism dating? Some of you could definitely feel a little stuck or stagnant. Some of you, maybe cheaper dates instead of going all out trying to impress somebody. Keep it simple. Capricorn. Keep it simple. Maybe just drinks, coffee. Don't try to impress somebody until you kind of think they're worthy of impressing, right? That's a kind of organicness vibe with this as well. Some of you are going back to like old school vibes. I almost felt like you switched everything up here. Some of y'all are a little prudish. It never hurts. Understanding your value and worth and taking your time with something. Oh my goodness, the Pisces and the Virgo vibe there. Oh wow. That's almost a very personal, sort of serious, introspective look at your kind of relationships or partnerships. So this is just different from just dating to date. This is, where's that optimism at? So what you want, you're aware of. So you can kind of ask those questions. Some of you aren't going to waste time in a relationship or partnership if you don't have the same sort of goals in mind. There are that 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups, right? Not everyone is interested in marriage anymore, right? It's not really a necessity. But if that's important to you, then that's important to you. So this is like really focusing on like the serious sort of expectations that you have. So you can make better choices when it comes to choosing your partners. So you don't waste years in a relationship or partnership where someone isn't, the outcome wasn't there to begin with, right? If that's not someone's vibe, that's not someone's vibe. I like this energy of prudishness with you. So some of you could be looking at things from a different perspective as well. Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could be going through that sort of vibe of, oh, what's the word here? Are you going to stay single for a long time? What is that sort of vibe about? So some of you could have some sort of secondary energy on this. Why are you single? Why are you not dating? What the expectations on you? Some of you far more focused on work. Some of you with your accomplishments, that could make it kind of a little difficult when it comes to dating. Especially if you're the one that kind of gets the attention, the Aquarius star there. Some of you are learning to put yourself first so that way you avoid the manipulation. Some of you are learning to compartmentalize your life. So dating people that don't have anything to do with like the industry that you're in. So that way there's no like competitive vibe within that relationship or partnership. Understanding your value and worth as well. So some of you could be attracting attention for the wrong reason. As soon as you learn, there's plenty of people that'll fake a relationship or partnership to kind of be in your energy. Ooh, this is like Starfucker vibes. So understanding your value and your worth, taking your time. You're definitely attracting a lot of attention. So my singles, I love this. I love this. I like this Four of Wands because it's kind of like the pool player vibes. So some of you are avoiding that. Some of you overcalculated like relationships or partnerships. I definitely don't feel like there's lack of options or opportunities with you, but a lot of discernment. So there's mindfulness. I like that Fool vibes. You see, you got the flower energy there, and then you got the snake. And of course, they're hoodwinked. So it's trusting the vibes on something here. Three or more options or opportunities with you. I love the Wheel of Fortune. I love this energy with you. So this brings about a lot of great options, great opportunities. Some of you more of a seriousness sort of look at what it is that you are looking for. So if you're in a relationship or partnership, is the basics there that kind of is what you're looking for? Some of you, the seriousness with regard to marriage. If that's like even your thing. So that could be a conversation that you're having, Capricorn, or a conversation that you have had. Some of you, that could be what kind of keeps a relationship stuck or stagnant. If there's a religious vibe on this, because you did have the Hierophant, and now we got the Three of Pentacles, there could be a sort of religious element to how you date, or the expectations when it comes to how you date, or what that kind of, or how that's going to factor into how you date. The expectations on it as well. Some of you have way too many external vibes. Wondered why you're not like kind of doing what everybody else is doing. So this could be work group dynamics with you, or friends group dynamics. You should be in a relationship or partnership. You should be here. You should be doing this. This should be what you're focused on. So there's some externals that you need to kind of, that shouldn't inform your decision making nor your dating vibes. Don't overthink something either. The main point is, if you're dating, where's that optimism? So loving yourself, giving to yourself, so that way you're not emotionally vulnerable. Gaslighting, catfishing, ghosting, all those things should be in your vocabulary, and it's more of a mindfulness instead of something that could keep you stuck or stagnant. This is very informed decision making. Some of you, there's a prudishness to it, so maybe before you turn it into a passionate connection, you actually like have a good 4 or 5 dates. You actually see kind of what the hell the energy is. I don't think you're going to waste time, because some of you could have wasted time in a relationship or partnership. So maybe you were expecting the ring on the finger, but the person you were dating, that wasn't even what the hell they were interested in. So this is more of a focus on what is actually important to you. It's more of an emotion-based. So this is all the stuff that matters to you. So with regard to looking at your partners or looking at dating, what you're looking for. Some of you, that I feel like this almost changes up who you date and how you date as well. Because I feel like there's more of an organicness when it comes to you now moving forward. So some of y'all could be going back to the old school way of dating, or some of you, no electronics when you're on a date. Some of you off the dating apps, because that's just kind of like a bunch of manipulation. Some of you compartmentalizing your life, so maybe you're going to date someone that you're not going to be in competition with when it comes to the work that you do. So building off that Six of Cups, your past relationships or partnerships, what was important to you, what you're looking for. This is more of that emotion-based, so you're not overwhelmed. You're not underwhelmed either. So some of you Capricorns, this is going to be kind of tricky once you get out there. But where's the optimism at? So a lot of you, the mindfulness, you're always going to have that sort of snake energy. There's always things you need to be mindful of, but not be overwhelmed when it comes to making your choices or making your decisions. Right? Oh, wow, Capricorns. Some of you, this is like the basics that you need to kind of decide when you start dating. So maybe some of you tiptoeing into dating or thinking about relationships or partnerships. There's a seriousness to this. Some of you, these are the questions you have to answer for yourself. What your kind of long-term expectations are. Some of you choosing partners that kind of share the same sort of philosophies or beliefs on that, right? Whether it's a ring on the finger or not. Some of you, that could be important. Others of you might not give a shit. So That's an interesting conversation. I don't see, this is more like you have to figure out what you want, what you need. So the clarity comes with you, and then you make your decisions as you're dating based on that. Some of you cheaper dates, don't try to impress somebody if they're not even like someone you want to impress anyway. Page of Swords. It's not lack of options or opportunities with you. It's just, damn, understanding your value and your worth. Capricorns, I feel like a lot of you got into relationships or partnerships, and there was more of a competitive vibe to it than what there was like a positive. There was no sort of balanced energy. Some of y'all way too much competition within your relationships or partnerships. So don't mix your finances. Don't. Some of y'all compartmentalizing your life. Some of you don't date someone that's in like the same field of work that you do. So that way you don't have that kind of competitive edge as well. Capricorn, for some of you, I feel like that could be one of the harder things for you to do. Some of you, that could change up who you date and how you date. I feel like that's the organic vibe of this with you. So you could like completely change who you date, how you date, what that sort of vibe is. Some of y'all who you even are interested in dating. Building off of the Six of Cups, so you know what works, you know what doesn't work. You're very mindful in your decision making here. Some of y'all could be dealing with an Aquarius. So those of you mindful of the competition within your sort of relationships or partnerships, especially if it's like a shared work dynamic. Oh, damn. Honestly, I feel like you're happily single or happily dating. Where's the optimism? Where's the optimism? So mindful of what you need to be mindful of, not being overwhelmed, catfishing, ghosting, all that stuff that most people can kind of get stuck in or get manipulated by, as long as there's mindfulness on that when it comes to you. So you're able to pay attention to the red flags. Some of you understanding your value and worth as well. This wants to go to work energy. So those of you Capricorns that continually date people within the same sort of field of work that you do, and it turns into more of a competitive vibe instead of like a romantic relationship or partnership. Some of you almost feel like you need to find somebody that what you guys do is completely opposite of each other. So there's none of that sort of bleed over energy. Especially if you had a lot of relationships or partnerships that were very competitive. Some of you are compartmentalizing too, so that way it keeps things far more evenly focused for you. I don't think the socio-economic factor is really going to be a thing, or for some of you, maybe that shouldn't be a thing with you. Just keep things like, you don't need the extravagance of something. Candlelight dinners and different things like that, mood lighting and music, that's all like the smoke and mirror vibes. A lot of it is old school energy. Some of y'all need like cheaper dates with fluorescent lighting, so that way it's more conversation based instead of just looks. Maybe for some of you Capricorns, it's getting out of the just looks vibe. So, damn, my single Capricorns. If you're in this energy, you're in a good vibe. So some of you could be talking this out, working this out. You could be looking at what healthy relationships or partnerships are about. So that way you make like better, smarter choices. Some of you, a lot of attention. I almost feel like Capricorns, those of you who are newly single, you just like, you change the dynamics of something. And that has got everybody thinking, what are you doing, Capricorn? Some of you, far more seriousness, especially when it comes to the marriage vibe. I mean, some people are, that's what they want. Other people, that's definitely not what they want. So focusing on that. Whether that's important to you or not, that's a you choice, right? And with regard to relationships or partnerships, it's kind of like that vibe. Some of you, religion could be a factor. So if you're finding religion or you want your religion to kind of be a part of your relationship or partnership, so maybe you want to date somebody that'll go to church with you, or someone who has the same sort of religious affiliation that you do. You know what works, you know what doesn't, and this is all like what's important to you. So it's what's important to you. Only you can answer that, and then being mindful when you're dating. Some of you, the socioeconomic vibe. So even if you are successful and you can't afford a big fancy dinner, some of y'all just keep it simple. So that way you don't have all the sort of externals kind of factoring into the dating vibe with you. Especially those of you successful Capricorns. Some of you, harsh lighting. That way the conversation is what's important. Cheaper dates. So that way, why are you trying to impress somebody? Are they even like someone you want to impress? Some of you, it could be based on looks. So there's could be something very particular about your type, and now you're having to sort of switch that up. Because that feels like Beyonce's Pretty Hurts, if you haven't listened or watched that video. So mindfulness of that, right? This is like such a beautiful, like, seriousness instead of the sort of fake energy around. Oh, wow. I like the organicness on this. So it's taking away all the things that you don't need. So that way it's not about, it's not like the pomp and circumstance, or it's not about like the looks on something. Some of you, when you're dating, just keeping it nice and simple. Some of you have fluorescent lighting. So that way it's more of a one-on-one conversation than just based on looks. Some of you, be mindful, Capricorns, those of you that look good and are successful, so that you don't get taken advantage of. You got a lot of people talking and noticing. Oh, Cappies. Do I see a relationship or partnership? Not really. I could see you looking at, trying to figure out what you are looking for. So, getting back to the basics. Queen of Swords energy here. Some of you talking it out, working it out. What does a healthy relationship or partnership look like? Maybe some of y'all healthy dating, making smart choices. The prudishness here with you, for some of you, that could be what kind of switches everything up. So, taking your time. Definitely understanding your value and worth here, Capricorn. Some of you compartmentalizing your life as well. So this would be if you have a prenup and you're in business with your partner, you would actually have a separate business contract. So you keep that sort of messy energy. Some of y'all could have come from that, and others of you are learning to date somebody that has nothing to do with what you do. So that way you're not going to have that competition when it comes to work. Some people like that, and sometimes that cannot be like such a positive. Because Capricorn, if you have a prenup but you're in business with your partner, you would have a separate business contract. So some of y'all are learning to compartmentalize your life. Some of you are just now kind of learning to navigate or thinking about getting out there into dating, but really making some serious choices when it comes to the choices that you make. So take what's yours, leave what's not here, Capricorn. You shouldn't be overwhelmed by anything. So catfishing, ghosting, all that sort of verbiage that you hear a lot of, mindfulness when it comes to that. So mindful of the manipulation. Some of you, don't let the socioeconomic factor be that big a deal. Because some of you, I feel like you need to cheapen your dates anyway. Keep it simple. Go somewhere with some bad fluorescent lighting. So that way it's based on conversation and not just looks. So that way you're not just basing it on superficials for some of you. There's a seriousness with it. I absolutely love it. But this is all the sort of important things that are just important to you. And definitely when it comes to choosing your next sort of long-term relationship or partnership. If religion or marriage is important to you, finding somebody that kind of shares your beliefs on that. If it's not, then finding somebody that kind of shares your beliefs in that. So that way, no one's going to be surprised or feel like it's not the right vibe. I don't feel like there's androgyny on this, so I find that interesting with you. So, this is like a serious focus as to dating, what you're looking for, what your expectations are. And this is like the personal vibe with you. Mindful of the Aquarius energy. So, some of you, seriously, you need like bad lighting and just like affordable dates. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Keep it nice and simple so it's all sort of based on conversation and not like the smoke and mirror vibes. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours and leave what's not, Capricorn. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. Peace, love, and light. Like, share, subscribe, Capricorn.